What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, Chief Marketing Officer, TigerFitness.com. Let's get right to it. So, we're going to use the word Mexican beer to talk about the topic you guys know I'm talking about. Now, I just want to state for the record, I do not take the Mexican beer as a joke. I don't think it's just the flu. I do know that basically it is a really, really bad cold, right? It's a Mexican beer virus. So if you're a Mexican beer virus, then I mean, they're related, right? It's a bad cold. So I always took it seriously, meaning that I took my health seriously. Now, you guys might know that I'm not the biggest fan of face coverings because unless you have a properly fitted, properly put on, properly cared for, properly changed out N95, your face covering's not doing anything. It's actually probably making things worse. People put it around their chin, moisture, sweat, bacteria, then they put it over their face. It's aerosolized, so when you breathe out, it still comes out. Look, bottom line is they're not doing anything, but they're really hurting our society, hurting our kids, and they just don't work. Now, if you're going to talk to me about teaching everybody how to use N95s, and you're going to have everybody properly apply them and not hang them from their rearview mirror, put them in their pocket, I've seen some nasty looking things on the inside of those face coverings, and not a fan. So you guys might know about that. I'm not a fan of lockdowns. Hated them. I thought they were bad. And right now the economy, 5.4% inflation is mimicking. And also the data is showing with Sweden and everything else, they didn't do anything but hurt us even more. So I wanted to tell you something, and this is not related because I was the first one. If there's a medical procedure that'll help somebody, right, that'll help somebody not get sick, I'm a huge fan. And I remember when Trump got up there, he was talking about a vaccine that was being rushed safely to help treat this Mexican beer issue. I was like, this is great. This is awesome. And I was really, 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 really excited when they said, hey, by November, we're going to have a Mexican beer shot, right? I'm like, this is absolutely amazing. So fast forward, I'm like, I don't need it. I've had Mexican beer. For me, Mexican beer just caused me literally to have soreness. So I literally, let me tell you what happened.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
My watch just talked to me. They are listening to me. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That's Biden listening to this video and YouTube trying to strike me down for talking about Mexican beer. I'm not going to be silenced. I'm not going to be by any means silenced. So I want to tell you what my medical experience is with this. So, I don't even know I was talking before Biden started talking to me, man. So, anyway, let's go, Brandon. So, I am a health freak. And I went to my doctor. And I talked to my doctor. And this is cutting straight to the chase because I have much more to talk about. And we went over my family history, which does have history. In fact, I just had cancer, right? We have heart issues. We have blood pressure issues. My family as Ashkenazi Jews, while we do live longer, we get stupid diseases, right? Cystic fibrosis, things like that, even lactose intolerance. Ashkenazi Jews get a lot of weird diseases. Along with, think about it like sickle cell for African descendants, right? People from African descendants. Now, so I talked to my doctor, and you guys know, and I've been very open about my steroid use in the past and my TRT, HRT use in the present. When you're on steroids, or you've taken steroids, or you've even been an athlete, athletes have enlarged hearts. My heart's probably enlarged. Now, my resting heart rate is literally like 48. Sometimes it'll go up to like 54. Sometimes get up to 70 when I'm excited about something, like when I'm talking on a video. Guarantee you, Joe Biden on this watch has me at like 74, right? So they're listening to you, man. I should take this thing off and burn it, right? No, I'm not that guy. If they listen to me, they'll find out how boring my life really is. So I have thicker blood, and that's why I donate blood every 16 weeks because I'm on TRT. I have a family history. And I have an enlarged heart, most likely. My EKG came back perfectly. I've had that done a few times. I've had body scans. I've had all the blood work. I get my blood work all the time. AST, ALT, all that is phenomenal, right? So I talked to my doctor. Now, my doctor does blood work on a lot of patients and sees a lot of people. And what he's seen in his patients is after the Mexican beer shot, he's seen very, very, very increased AST and ALT, significantly increased. I'm talking to the point where you're thinking this person might be experiencing some form of liver failure. Red blood cell counts, significantly elevated, literally indicating when you take those two things, like you're at risk for a stroke. And those also are things you got to look at for overall health and blood clots, right? So I'm looking at this and I'm like, my chances, now I'm in perfect health now. Perfect health. And here's what I was talking about. When I had, this is where I lost when Biden was listening to me. When I had the Mexican beer, when I had the Mexican beer, I remember I trained legs on Friday with Courtney. And on Saturday, I went to an event where everybody drank the Mexican beer. Sunday, I woke up and my legs and my body were so sore. Oh my God, were they sore? I was limping around and I said, hey, Courtney, I texted Courtney. I'm like, bro, are your legs sore? Courtney writes back, yeah, man, that was a killer workout. That's when I had the Mexican beer. And the Mexican beer, my hangover was going on strong. So without any thought, I'm like, man, I'm sore. I'm going to go get an IV drip. So I went, I got glutathione and I got a big, I think 1,200 milligram push was extra vitamin C. In 4 hours, I was perfect. I also take vitamin C, vitamin D, quercetin and zinc every single day. So my body is extremely primed. I exercise. I'm obviously muscular. My body fat's really low, but I am overweight per se, but I'm not fat. And being fat is the number one comorbidity. And also 78% of those hospitalized with the Mexican beer hangover, they were obese or fat. So that's where I get to, my doctor looks at this and he's like, okay, so you've had Mexican beer, okay? So you're young, you're healthy, you're really not at risk. You're less than 0.0000, whatever the number is. It's way less than 1% chance of any negative issues. You've beat this thing and it wasn't even like a blip on the radar. And I also have on hand, just in case after I got the Mexican beer, I do have that good old stuff that Joe Rogan take, that maybe horses take too. I have that on hand. Injectable glutathione. I'm in the sauna every day. Like, I am so healthy. So my doctor said my risk is much, 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 much higher of taking the Mexican beer shot versus not taking it, because one, I have the antibodies, and two, I'm not an at-risk population. I'm just not. Now, sure, some people in my population get really unlucky, but I'm just not. And with my pre-existing issues, from family issues to my former past steroid use to my current TRT use, no, I'm not getting that. I would rather fight and die before getting it. That's why I tell people online, talk to your doctor. Tim Pool says this all the time. Talk to your doctor. You should not be listening to Dr. Fauci. You should not be listening to Joe Biden. They don't know your history. They don't know what you're on. And look, I'm all for people taking Mexican beer shots. I don't care if you like Mexican beer shots. I don't care what you put in your body. For goodness sakes, I put trenbolone into my body. Do you think I'm one to judge what you put into your body? But for many in the population, you need to talk to your doctor. You need to look at your history, and you're feeling like researching. If it gives you the heebie-jeebies, don't take it. Well, my job's mandating it. Look, dude, you can always get a new fucking job. What you can't do is get a new health. Your health is your health. Look, I had a good friend, a natural pro bodybuilder about 10 years ago. He's getting older. He's a little bit older than me. Great, perfect bill of health. Gets his second shot of Mexican beer. He has pericarditis. Yes, you've heard of myocarditis. His life expectancy, how long he's going to live, is significantly decreased. And yes, it is directly attributed to Mexican beer. I just had a friend down the street, got their second case of Mexican beer, died. Autopsy, 9 blood clots caused directly from the Mexican beer. But I also know this thing's serious. My neighbor, literally 10 houses up the street, he's being pulled off. He literally is dying of Mexican beer. He's dying of it. Not from the shot. He's dying of Mexican beer. He's going to die. He leaves behind 2 kids. I understand. That's why I'm here telling you guys, get unfat, take your prophylactics, make sure you know about these vitamins and stuff. Make sure you know about this. Look, and here's the deal. I'm not a doctor. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a guy who streams on YouTube and runs. Look, I'm a great businessman. I've created 2 categories from the intra-workout category. I make a phenomenal protein bar. My pre-workouts are astounding, but I'm not a doctor. Here's what I'm doing for me, and here's why I'm not taking the Mexican beer shot. I'm not taking it. Ever. I would rather fight with the government and take up arms, which, trust me, I'm in Tennessee. I got plenty of freaking firearms, than drink this Mexican beer. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. That's me. Nothing can make me do it. So if it's not right for you, don't risk your health. You can always find a new job. Hustle, 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 hustle. But that's if you feel. But if you feel that Mexican beer shot is going to be right for you, do it. Dude, I know a lot of people who benefited significantly from it, but we're all different. Here's why I first was like, I'm not doing this right now and I need to wait. Number one is when I took my kids in for their can I say inoculations? I think YouTube will let that pass. We did it in a doctor's office. We went to the doctor's office. The doctor explained every single shot because we're those people who ask about them. We're like, yeah, that's pretty cool. We researched them. My kids have all of their inoculations. We didn't go to a goddamn Costco or a parking lot. What are you people doing having a medical procedure? Having a experimental Mexican beer shot put in your arm in a parking lot. I've seen them at zoos. What are you doing? Go to your doctor. These people don't know your medical history. These people don't know your history. They don't know your family history. Are you guys fucking stupid? You're getting these Mexican beer shots in parking lots of zoos. What is wrong with you? Of McDonald's, you're getting these at a McDonald's parking lot and then getting free fries. This is something that can cause issues from myocarditis, and sure, they're very rare, but not for certain populations. Not for certain populations. We look at all these bodybuilders. I've done the video on this, man. Bodybuilders dying. I'm getting more and more information I can't repeat. Yeah, man. I'm not making this up. I'm not saying it caused it, but could it have been part of it? Why are all these bodybuilders having heart attacks all of a sudden? Yeah, we've had heart attacks before, not like this. Generation Iron literally looks like an obituary. Okay? So, number one, I want to tell you guys. Look at this. I spent thousands of dollars for my company, so my employees and myself and my partner and their families. This is from a company called, what the hell is it called? Medix. AIDX Labs. So it's Medix. So check it out. This is an anti-gym test. Okay? Thousands of dollars of these for our companies. These are antibody tests. Finger prick. Results in 10 minutes. Boom. Look at this. It's a bunch of different, it's micropipetters. You got your shots, your finger pricks, all this. We take this seriously. Okay? If our employees feel sick, if they have the sniffles, they take a test. I take a test. My daughter had a head cold or lost her voice the other day, and it was the game when she shot the game-winning goal. It was the game before that, so she scored on she had a 40-yard goal. The day of that game, she couldn't talk and she had a head cold. The day before. So she was fine the next day, ready to play. But before she went, Tammy, take a test. Take a test. It's the responsible thing to do, man. This thing, while most of the population, if you're under 60, you're pretty much okay unless you have a comorbidity. I guarantee you the 15-year-old, 16 to 17 to 18-year-old girls on our soccer team, they'll be just fine, right? They're athletes, they're lean, whatever. But like, I don't want her to get the trainers. Some of the coaches, they're not in the best of shape, right? They're not young. Why would we put them at risk? No. But here's the thing. Getting the Mexican beer shot, you know, at the end of the day, it's for your own protection. Because we know that if you get the Mexican beer, you can still give it. You can still get it. And your viral load is exactly the same. The only difference is you have less symptoms. So while my daughter let's say she didn't have it, but let's say if she had it, she had symptoms, so we knew to test. So what if you have the Mexican beer shot and you don't know to test? It's a problem. That's a big problem, isn't it? So what we're doing with the healthy population is we're getting it. And by the way, she's had it before, so she has the antibodies, right? We still took a test because we don't know how long those things last. We think they last a long time. I don't want to get anybody sick. Again, we are extremely cautious. Walgreens, $23. $23, you get 2 kits. $23, you get 2 antigen tests. $23. Another thing about mandating these Mexican beer shots is what if you just can't, I can't take it. I'm not going to risk my health for something I have antibodies for that I'm actually more protected than those with the Mexican beer shot. What if you have multiple sclerosis? Like Sour Patch Lids from Tim Pool, right? From Timcast. She can't get it. Should we ostracize her and not let her go to restaurants? My buddy in New York has Lyme disease. He can't go to the city and go to a movie theater, gym, or anywhere. He has to have a passport. There's no medical exemptions. So should my buddy with Lyme disease be forced to not do anything? That's a scary, dangerous route. World War II, now I know, oh, they're not Nazis. Really? They're not Nazis? Okay, check it out. The whole concentration camp Nazi thing started. They vilified. Now, my grandfather escaped Auschwitz. My entire family was killed in World War II. Other than my grandfather on that side, who escaped Auschwitz. He witnessed his own sister grabbed by her feet. Again, she was like 1 or 2 years old. Swung into a wall. Her brain splattered all over the place. We're going down a dangerous road, guys. Because what they did to the Jews is first they were like, hey, first they started ostracizing and segregating and villainizing the sick. Then they said all Jews were sick. Then they said all Jews were contagious. Next thing you know, they're cooking grandpa in a fucking oven. And that's what happened. Why is YouTube censoring stuff? Why is Instagram censoring stuff? Why? What are they doing? Why are they pushing this so hard? Why is Rand Paul the only one speaking up for the right to choose and natural immunity? Why is this happening? I don't know. All I know is that I will die on this hill. Well, Marc, you're going to die anyway. You don't. Look, dude, I'm more at risk with that. And yes, I might die. I might die from this thing. I might die from getting hit by a car. I'm going to live my life. Okay? I just want to say that, man, we should have choices. If you want to take it, that's great. But it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. And that's why I am so anti-mandate. Because you are literally segregating. 28% of the black population has got it. Look at the population of black people in New York. Who are the ones they're not letting into restaurants? Sounds a lot like segregation to me. Sounds a lot like segregation to me. I want you guys to think long and hard about the severity and the seriousness of this. If you're like, just get the shot, you pussy. No, fuck you. It's more of a risk to me than not getting it. And frankly, since I've already had the damn thing and I thought it was a really good leg day, why would I put myself at any risk? That's stupid. Especially when I'm more protected based on the data we have that I can extrapolate. than those who've gotten it. I literally read an article today out of Australia saying that if you've had the Mexican beer shot, that the way to get fully protected is to now go out and get Mexican beer too. You guys, hopefully you followed that because I'm confusing myself. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Look, man, I want you guys to live long and healthy. Look, dude, bottom line is unfat yourself. Don't be fat. Can lean people die of this too? Yes. But your chances are much less. Don't be fat. Lose weight. Get your antiviral replication supplements. I'm not saying they do anything. I'm not making those claims. I'm not going to even mention my products here because I don't need the FTC or FDA coming down on me. But you know, man, look into them. Look into them. Look into what Joe Rogan did. I think Joe Rogan is a good one to follow. Be healthy. And just don't be a Nazi. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm done here. That's not a game. When people ask me what the most important supplement they can take is, I actually send them a link to a stack. It's called the Immunity Stack. At the end of the day, there's viruses floating around all over the place. We're all going to get exposed to them. The key is not letting them replicate. Here is the stack that I recommend to prevent viral replication. Number one, your base, Immortal, the greatest multivitamin pack ever created. Put this as number one. Number two, quercetin. Okay, quercetin is amazing in that it's an ionophore. It allows other antiviral supplements to be able to permeate the cell and prevent viral replication. Then you got vitamin C. Pretty easy one there. Prevents viral replication. Then you got vitamin D3, which has been shown to improve health and immunity across many populations. And a lot of people are very deficient in vitamin D. And before bed, take ZMA, because ZMA contains your zinc, which is also antiviral replication. It's the Immunity Stack. Available on tigerfitness.com for an amazing price. Get it now.